Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. The men's open bodybuilding prejudging has wrapped up and I have some first impressions and reactions. First, the live stream was complete garbage. The lighting and stage were as usual, but the camera, man, it had the contrast set to maximum and the brightness to minimum because you couldn't see anything. That's such a low standard from the production team. Paying for the pay-per-view and getting that is an insult to every paying fan, but I digress. Let's get to the show. Based on what we saw on stage, we had an initial top 7 call-out that included Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan, Samson Dauda, Andrew Jack, Martin Fitzwater, Hunter Labrada, and Rafael Brandao. Brandon Curry, William Bonag, John Jewett, and John De La Rosa made the second call-out. And then you had Theo Laguerriere, Bruno Santos, Akeem Williams, and Mohamed Foda in the last call-out. Now, back to that initial 7-man call-out. Martin was the pleasant surprise as he seemed to be in the top 4 based on his position in the call-out. Andrew Jack was the not-so-pleasant surprise as he stood off to the side for most of the call-out, signaling no higher than 6th place at that point. After these initial 3 callouts, they brought out the final second callout, which included Rafael, Martin, Hunter, Andrew from the first callout and William Bonag from the second callout. Based on their positions, it looks like 4th place was contested between Martin, Andrew and Hunter, with all 3 taking turns in the middle. Then came the final first callout, the top 3. Same as last year, Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda. Based on the positions in that initial 7-man callout, it seemed like they overlooked Hadi as he was never placed in the middle while both Derek and Samson were. In this final callout, they started with Derek in the middle, then moved Samson to the center. If it had ended there, it would have been a huge sign that Hadi might be in 3rd place, but at the end, they moved Hadi into the middle for the final posing round, which I believe is significant. Based on past shows, when they switch them around like that, they usually save the number 1 spot for last in the middle. The same thing happened last year with Derek. So could this be a sign that Hadi is first after prejudging? Well, I don't know. I'm making these speculations mostly based on their positions in the callouts because you really couldn't see anything clearly to get a good idea. Initially, I thought Hadi brought it. He looked at least as good and sharp as he did at the Arnold Classic when standing alone. But next to Derek, I thought Hadi looked small. Again, the live stream was awful, so I could be wrong, but that was my first impression. I also thought Derek improved from last year. He no longer has the obvious dents in his lats during the front double bicep, and he drastically improved his abs in the abs and thighs pose. Yes, he actually showed his abs this time and he didn't disappoint. Now, don't get me wrong, Hadi still wins that pose, but Derek definitely closed the gap there and I think he did in the most muscular as well. He'll never have Hadi's details, but Derek outmassed Hadi in the most muscular pose, making Hadi look small. That was my impression. As for Samson, he looks good, but nothing special. Probably better than last year, maybe a bit drier, but I really can't see too much based on the live stream. However, after seeing some pictures on Instagram, I still think he's not dry enough and is probably 3rd again after prejudging. I'll need to see better footage, but if you want my opinion based on what I've seen so far, Derek might have won with Hadi and Samson battling for 2nd. However, based on Hadi being last in the middle, I could be wrong. Andrew was the biggest disappointment as he didn't make the first callout and might finish lower than 4th. Martin is the big surprise, possibly taking Andrew's spot in the top 4. And then you have Brandon Curry, who looks to be out of the top 8 based on the final callouts. That's it for now. My first reactions after the men's open prejudging. I'll get back to you when we have better footage. Gilco Productions should be uploading soon, so stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe so you won't miss anything I post. Over 74% of you watching my content in the last 28 days haven't subscribed. Imagine where we'd be if just half of you hit that button. It cost you nothing. Let's hit 30k subs. Thank you and God bless.